Thank you for all the new subscribers, all the day ones, all the comments, likes, feedback. Man, thank you so much. It's greatly and genuinely appreciated. So how's everybody out there doing today? Man, I'm not doing too good right now. Man, my body, like I said, my body is stuck, man. I'm leaning to the, I'm like the, what's that Paris building, man? The Eiffel Tower, leaning to the side. So man, I'm in a lot of pain right now, but just decided to come outside and looking at the real estate, looking for a new headquarters up in Detroit. And the property I was looking at, it's valued up at 10,000, right? I think that's what they're asking, right? But I think the property's still there, still up for sale. Like I mentioned earlier in the video earlier, man, I think that property's valued at 10,000. It already has some kind of I would say some kind of shed. Makes it look like a home, but to me it looks like a shed, right? But I don't know, man. For $10,000, I'm thinking about opening up the new corporate headquarters for Welcome to Texas podcast on that land. I know it'll take a while to get it built and get it established, but maybe I can become a pillar of the community in Detroit. So I was looking at that property, man, and this morning when I was talking about the value of the property, I was just talking out my ass, man. So I went, did a little bit of research to see how much actually that property is, right? Maybe it's a good investment property, man. All right, everybody's looking for a quick fixer upper to double their money, right? And I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos based off real estate, and if you know how to do most of the work, as far as like the roofing, the HVAC, the carpentry, the electrical, the plumbing, that lowers the cost. So now you're just basically paying the materials and the cost of labor of somebody to help you, right? So, I mean, I was reading off of what the rehab list that it had listed on the bank's bank's website. It has roofing issues, HVAC, electrical, plumbing. I guess what you call real estate, the infrastructure has bad bones, right? So you can't just go. Me being out of state, I wouldn't bid on something without seeing it, right? Don't get me wrong, man. $10,000 for a little piece of land in Detroit. Even if it's pretty good, man, you can rehab it, and you can get somebody to rent it on a monthly base, right? Shit, I don't know how much rent goes up in Detroit, right? Even if you get, I say in 10 years, whatever you put into it, you should start seeing you should start seeing some kind of investment, right? Because 10,000 for the property, you put another 10,000 in to the rehab, depending on what you're putting in there, right? But mostly you can buy second-hand. You can buy secondhand stuff, right? Secondhand appliances. What are these stores called, man? They're called surplus stores. So you can there's outlets to where you can find drywall, whatever you need to rehab at a lower cost. So man, it could be a good investment right there. That property for 10,000. Maybe I just need some good 2x4s to straighten up the structure. It don't look too bad, man. Right? You put another 10,000 into it. Let's say you start charging a month, 1,000 per month, or 700. Let's just say on the good end 1,000, right? So 12 times 1,000, that's $12,000. You're halfway there in 1 year, right? You're halfway there on your investment, right? You're not gonna get rich overnight. You're gonna have to be patient, and hopefully whoever you you basically lease out or rent out to their they say who they are, right? They're gonna be how can I say up to date with their payments and their obligations of living in that house. Because there's no way, man. Even if over here in Dallas, even if you wanted to get in real estate, man, you would at least need at least 100,000, right, just to get involved into some kind of real estate. And I see in Detroit, it's an opportunity to jump in there and get into the real estate, right? So when there's a lot of negativity, man, you got to start seeing. And the thing about it, man, is that God, that's the same amount of money that I'm suing my civil claims for, $10,000. All right. Is it possible that you're going to fund the future headquarters for Welcome to Texas in Detroit? I got to speak it into existence. I got to speak it into existence. All right. It's not bad, man. It's the way you think about it. The way you want to think about it, real estate the way to go, man. At the end of the day, you never know what can happen 10 years from now. Maybe they want to, I don't know. I don't see anybody ramping up Detroit. They kind of went when Chrysler and Dodge and all the automotive plants left. It kind of so that's the plan, man. If anybody wants to be co-owners of a plot of land to invest, I don't know, man. If I gotta see, man. I gotta talk to some investors and see if they want to. It's something that I've always wanted to do, man. Right, to get into the real estate business. Find a decapitated building, a house, and try to fix it up, man. All right, and either make money selling it once it's fixed up. Maybe somebody will come around and try to buy it off of me off the top, right? As a whole, maybe somebody will offer me 60, 70,000, which is not too bad, I guess, man, for a house. Once it's fixed up and all the amenities are fixed and corrected, the roofing, the plumbing, the electrical, the HVAC, all the amenities, right? Even build a nice little fence around the area, wooden fence, so they can, whoever owns that house can feel like some kind of privacy. Not knowing you might not know what kind of neighbors you have, right? So having a wooden fence, decent of height, gives you some kind of privacy. So I don't know, man. It's a good, decent property for the value of 10,000. They already got. I don't know, man. But you have to see the good in everything that's bad. All right. Maybe it's meant for me to be a real estate agent in Detroit. Maybe that's my next maybe that's my next move, right? Become a real estate agent and leveling up to my next level of my growth as a man. I don't know, man. Right? Am I talking out my ass? I don't know, right? $10,000 to me it's not far-fetched to where I can be like, oh, it's unattainable, right? I have no money in my house, right? There's nothing of value in my home, right? So there's nothing here, right? I'm not worried about anything. Because I see a lot of people on YouTube, man. A lot of people are doing it. I don't know. They've been into real estate. I've been watching a lot of real estate, man. There's a lot of channels on cable TV, on TV, even on social media, man. Like that dude, Joe Dust stuff. He's, I guess, if anybody watches a lot of prison genre, I think he was, maybe one of the first dudes doing it. Joe Dust stuff. Uh, I think that's not his main channel, right? But that's one of his channels that he has. But his other channel, it's bigger than the one I'm mentioning. Uh, and he just goes from odd jobs to odd jobs, man, trying to make it, right? Which is not bad. I mean, I give it to him. But I'm not capable of physical of doing stuff anymore. So me would be basically telling somebody what to do, right? Or figuring it out and telling them how to do it. Because physically I can't do it no more, right? But it's not bad, man. Because you can even think about it, man. A bank, I don't know how the bank will work with you, right? I think even if you show up with at least half of it, like 50%, the bank will even work with you, man. If they're asking for 10,000 and you pop up and be like, look, man, I want the property. I got 5,000. You don't have to sign over the lease to me yet. Give me about, 3-6 more months, about a year, so I give you the rest. I don't know, man. I don't know, right? I've never really dug into the real estate. I've always heard people say, "Oh man, you don't need to use your money. You can always use the bank money or somebody else's money." Well, maybe I just need to find out how to do what they're doing, right? And like I said, man, it's 10,000 for a property that has a somewhat of a structure and plumbing and electrical already there. I mean, it's not like a far-fetched number, man. I mean, you put another, like I said, another 10, 15,000, run it at around to 25 for everything. And you might even get lucky to sell it for somebody to 40, 50 and cut your loss, double up your money real quick, right? Somebody might see, even somebody that lives in that neighborhood be like, damn, man, I've been driving through that house, man. How much are y'all asking for it, man? So, I mean, what's people's opinion, man, about being in real estate and like, I guess, what would you call that, man? I mean, I live in the city. I live in the urban city. Uh, I don't know. I mean, I know in real estate they got certain words. They use certain words, just like terminology that doctors use that only people in real estate know. And pretty soon, they're gonna start putting all the YouTube channels together that you have under your account. It's already happening on a lot of channels. So all them YouTube trolls that create account after account after account, eventually it's gonna come to an end, to where your real screen name will pop up, right? Because YouTube is cracking down on it. Eventually, it won't no longer be James Arnold. It'll be whatever you're signed up with YouTube is at. That's pretty good. They need to, man, because YouTube has no kind of safeguards or any kind of basically letting content creators that want to slander, defame, run wild, cyberbullying. They know that there's no consequences because they delete the videos. Right? YouTube at the moment doesn't have uh, going back and say, oh yeah, we can go through the deleted videos of they don't have anything in place to safeguard that, right? So they don't have any kind of way other than you take, like, I guess, civil action against them for letting dangerous behavior like doxing, cyberbullying, racism, and defaming people's character, which is violating community guidelines, right? But YouTube only cares if the video is up, right? YouTube really can't do too much about it once the video's been deleted, right? That's why they want you to take them to court, all right? So YouTube knows uh, they have a lot of issues, man. But at the end of the day, YouTube really doesn't care, man. Right? They're not in the position to know if statements are real or not. They'll let the courts decide that. Right? They want you to take him to court. Go through the steps. Right? Take him to court. After you take him to court, YouTube will, whatever kind of verdict you win, if you win your verdict of telling that you want that channel terminated because the seriousness of the defamation, right? The seriousness, right? And there's levels to the seriousness of one's defamation. You have to look it up, right? The two serious defamation is when you make statements of sexual misconduct and HIPAA medical falsehood, right? As saying, I'm sleeping with prostitutes, I have STDs, HIV, Hep C, calling me Francisco, that is a sexual deviant that's been convicted, right, and has to register on the offenders list. The highest levels of defamation you did. It's just it's going to be up to me to paint the picture and show them with the facts, the audio and the video. All right. That's going to show how seriousness the defamation was. Not only did you weaponize platform, you were screaming for a war call, right? A war call, basically, of me being harmed by one of the biggest Texas prison gangs that exist, right? With over, I think now they're probably over 20,000 members strong, if not more, all across Texas. You were screaming for a war call for me to come get victimized, doxing me. But it's going to be my responsibility and my how I present the facts to the honorable judge. And it has to be from that I don't know, man. You know, when I go to pre-trial, there are certain questions that I have to ask when I go to pretrial. How much time do we have? You know what I mean? Like how much time? Because this is not just going to be any kind of fucking 30-minute, hour type of shit, right? I don't know, right? I have to know on my pre-trial how much time I have when it comes to the trial. Right? I know there has to be a limit, right? 2 hours, 3 hours, 1 hour. What's my time? My allowed time to argue my case, right? Because it's so much stuff that I have to get all the key points. All the key points and basically edit it to 1 hour of footage to paint the picture, have dates. Good thing that a lot of the videos that I have on YouTube are just private, right? A lot of videos, I just got them privatized, right? Once I go there, I know the dates of what days, you know, it won't be, I can't say there were exact dates, but we can be basing them off the videos, my defense videos, and every other video I've done. You know, there's a time frame and a date that has been posted on YouTube. So I'm gonna go based off of that. I'm gonna go based off of the facts. And hopefully I can get funding with this verdict. I can get funding to, you know, hopefully open maybe even a shelter, man, up there in Detroit. Right? Maybe there's some youth out there in Detroit that, you know, they ain't got nowhere to stay, man. Right? And all they need is just an opportunity to lay down, get a hot meal, and be able to move forward. Right? Who knows, man? Maybe that can be I don't know, man. Right? It can be a lot of possibilities that you want it to be for the good. Almost like a non-profit, man. I've been wondering, like, what is a non-profit and for-profit? I don't know, man. You know, but the possibilities are ending, man. And you just, if you can think about all the bad that somebody can do in a house, there's a lot of possibilities that you can do for it, man. Right? That might have been or still used as a trap house. But if somebody takes the time and loving and condition, it can turn it into a family welcoming home for a family. Somebody is struggling. Somebody just needs to get off the streets. Who knows, man? All right. For what I see, the property value in the house, who knows, man? You know, if I do win any kind of monetary gain from this verdict, maybe I should put it into real estate over there, and see what it can come to mind. Right? See how decapitated the building is, the house is, the structure. Is it moldy? You know, because snow equals water on wood equals mold. So, you know, depending on how it is, man, because, you know, when snow melts, it's like raining all the time, man. Right? That's the thing, that when snow melts, it turns into water. So if it's on a building that's a bad roof, a decapitated roof, the structure in the inside is probably going to be rotten and moldy, right? But that's just my my general knowledge of being a homeowner, right? It doesn't take too much. Once you become a homeowner, you gain all this knowledge of, I guess, trade, right? Because if you're the type of guy that says, man, I ain't paying nobody, fuck it, I'd rather go YouTube a video and fuck it, if I get shocked, I get shocked, right? But I ain't paying nobody no $250 for something that I can search to do I'm not going to do that. Right? And that's the thing about being a homeowner, man, that you're forced to do that. Not that you want to go learn it, but you're forced to do it, man. You don't want to be paying these outrageous prices these people want to charge you. Any kind of service call is going to run you at least 150 to 250 just for them to come out. All right, and that's not even them to tell you to what parts you're going to need, and if you get an honest mechanic or you get an honest technician, you don't know, right? You might get a technician that just might running it up on you. He wants to make the quota for the month and screw you out of it, you know? I've had bad experiences like that, man, you know? One time, I'm gonna tell you the bad experiences of these guys, man. That's why I figured I'm gonna go do shit myself. I had an alarm system in a camera installed in my vehicle. Right. After they called me to pick it up, I picked it up. My rear window from the tailgate wouldn't close, right? And before it would close and open, when I would go back there and I would tap it, the back window would open, right? And it would have opened. So I'm like, man, I went back and I'm like, man, what did y'all do to my shit? Right? I was pissed, right? Because I knew it was working. And they were like, nah, man, we didn't do nothing, man. I'm like, man, take that shit off, man. Right? Whatever y'all put on, take that shit off. Right? They took everything off. And the problem was still there, right? My fucking window wouldn't open and close. So I'm pissed off. I'm looking for an electrical place. I go to an electrical place, right? He's like, oh man, I think it could be your, what do you say? One of your ECMs for the electrical board, right? That controls that circuit, right? It's probably all bad. Right. And this is a technician that I went up to his shop and he looked at it, he diagnosed, he went in there and he told me, I said, well, how much, man? He go, oh man, that board's about like $650, and then for me to reprogram it, that's about another $250. He go, man, you're looking at about $950. I said, oh fuck, man, that's a lot of money, bro. I said, but it was just working. He goes, yeah, man, but you don't know when these are gonna go out. So I said, fuck that, man. You know what I did? I went to AutoZone, I bought me a repair manual. And I followed the circuit, right? I'm like, I followed the circuit, and all it was a loose connection, right? That feeling I got when I pushed in that tab and I heard that click, click. I said, oh man, if that was it, I'm gonna be pissed off, man, because all these dudes are just con artists, right? And sure enough, I turned the ignition on, I go to the back, and I hit the switch, and sure enough, it opens right up. Right, so I've had bad experiences, man. That's just to name one, right? If I would have listened to this guy would have screwed me out of $950, right? So when you're an owner of stuff, man, you take and money doesn't fall on trees, man. Right? Money doesn't fall on trees for you to just be throwing it away. Just because somebody tells you, hey, it's $950, or you got to go do your due diligence, man. Go do your research before you get bamboozled, right? That's the same thing when you defame somebody's character. Somebody tells you, hey, I miss baby mama, right? And going off of stories. Hey, right? It's one's responsibility to do their due diligence. Go back before you report on something serious, right? Get your facts right. So it's looking pretty good, man. Hopefully, that'll be the new property, the new. It'll be feeling good, man. You know, put a ribbon right there and breaking ground and holding up a little placard or some kind of poster that says, hey, you know, I don't know, man. I just gotta look into it, man. Hopefully, this man's actions can fund a new location, right? Since I've been doxxed, I need to find a new headquarters, and I'm broke. I don't have no money. I'm looking for the cheapest real estate that I can find and move into. And the safest place, I would be like, hey, fuck it. Why not just be neighbors, right? Why not just be neighbors? We hate each other so much. Let's just be neighbors, right? So I come out, I can come out, you know what I mean? Water my grass, turn up the music off, listen to my mariachi. Yeah. I don't know, man. I just I can't let my mind or my imagination run too wild, man, because I start seeing too many possibilities, right? Too many possibilities, man, that I can see. I gotta see how far, like grocery stores. Fucker, I turned that property into like a little convenience store, man. Right? Turn that little property into like a little convenience store. Put in some refrigerators in there, some shelves, and we in business, right? Because when you think about it, and think about it, you don't need any kind of contracts with Coca-Cola, Pepsi. Down here in Texas, especially in Dallas, there's what they call wholesale distributions, right? Where you can go in there and buy as many cases of Cokes you want, how many cases of Monster Bull you want to buy, all the amenities and treats and Zuzus and Wham Whams that your average convenience store has. These warehouse distribution services have it, right? So you can stock up your store, right? You can stock up the store. So, man, there's a lot of possibilities, man. It's a lot of what ifs, you know, especially in an environment where everything is, you know, penny pinching, right? You know that the community that you're going to be serving is going to be underappreciated, right? So you're not going to become a millionaire. You're going to mostly be doing it just to help the community out, getting some real solid food, right? And become a pillar of that community, right? Be a pillar of that community, an established pillar of that community. That would be something, man. I mean, there's endless possibilities of doing good with real estate, man. You can and think about it, man, that there's a lot of people that, depending on what you want to do it for, the location, man, it can even be a recovery for man to get out of jail, right? Or even for women, right? It can be a shelter. The possibilities can be endless, man, of what good deed you can do from having a real estate with the structure. There's a lot, man. A lot of good possibilities that you can bring to that community. Hopefully, winning my verdict, which I'm going to win, right? The key points have already been proven, right? They've already been proven, and the judge just has to, you know, Go from there. That's all they have to do, man. Right? There's no I don't know if you could like what's the licensing, uh, because I don't think you can have like commercial and residential mixing together. And in theory, if you open up like a convenience store in like a residential area, I don't think I don't know, man. A lot of places are different, right? But for the most part, I don't think they like I don't think they like commercial and residential to be mixing together. Like I think they want, if it's a home, they want it to be a home. I don't know, man. But sometimes, some homes on the weekends turn into barbecue grills. Uh, some homes turn into carnita spots, barbacoa, menudo spots. I don't know, man. I don't know the entrepreneurship of Detroit, of what you can and can't do on your property, right? That's I don't know, man. Right? But I know if the structure's too good, man, you don't have to tear it down and build it back up. It's not a bad investment, man. Right? I know if I lived next to that property, I would have just bought it up and just added it up to mine. I would have used it for some skits or I don't know, man, for whatever purpose of if I'm joining into head forward into the Tubi and Netflix movies and going that route. Everybody needs how do you say it? What's the fucking? It's not office space or display, but it's called where they make the scenes, man. Fuck. I'll figure it out later on. It'll come to my mind. But there's a lot that a lot of good that you can do off that property, man. Hopefully, winning my civil settlement can make my true reality come true. Living in some snow for some time. I'm tired of living in the heat. I'm pretty sure over there, it's snowing, about to get snow, and the temperatures are about to start dropping. Over here, we're still in the 80s and 90s. It kind of sucks. So, I might be looking forward to some snow. I don't know, man. You got to speak things into existence, man. Like, if you want to become a real estate, then I guess you got to make it happen, man. Start doing your homework. I started doing the first right there, man. I want to know how much is the property and is it attainable? Is it attainable? Yeah, it's attainable, right? What are you gonna do with it once you do get it? That's the thing, right? Like what? Fuck, I can make it into Airbnb. I just fucking thought about that. I gotta find out how far it is from American Pond. Like, I gotta find out how far it is from the places you want to visit Detroit, right? Airbnb. That's what people are doing nowadays, man. All right. Instead of waiting for the monthly rent to hit from the regular tenant, they'll charge that Airbnb on a daily base, right? On a daily uh, base. So, fuck. I mean, I think Airbnb, you can quadruple your month compare to just renting out to a monthly tenant. All right. So I gotta start looking around. You know, I guess I'm getting the hang of this real estate, right? Before you buy a property, you got to know what you can value it at, uh, what you can rent it out for. Go start looking if there's any Airbnbs around there, and how far is it from the Detroit Stadium? How far is it from the Red Wings Stadium where the Red Wings play? Uh, how far is it from the Tiger Stadium? All these amenities that somebody can say, hey, it's close to this. Is this Airbnb available? Is this Airbnb available? I gotta see, I gotta see what the local prices are going in that area, because I can't go in there and charge more than what a fucking Motel 6 is gonna charge, right? Or La Quinta, Red Roof Inn, or even a Budget Suites, right? I don't know, right? I would have to for me to be able to make that amenity, I would have to make it out of gold, right? For somebody to just show up and be like, oh man, be so amazed that, yeah, I want to pay you $100 a night, right? So I have to start doing the math, right? 40 times 30, it's 4, 8, 1,200. Well, that's a little bit, that's $200 more than the average, I guess, if you charge somebody $1,000 per month. So in a way, but then you start thinking about it, man, do you really want be dealing with so many people over $200? And so there's a lot of things that take real estate into consideration, man. It's not just go buy the property and then you just take a loss, man. All right, then you're just like monopoly. You're just buying houses. All right, you start becoming like the monopoly man, just buying houses on this street, that street. And don't forget, man, that once you buy property, you have to pay taxes, state taxes, right? Fuck, you might buy that property for $10,000, and at the end of the year, you might owe $7,000 in state taxes. That's another thing you have to take in consideration, right? How much are the taxes in that state on property, right? What is the value of the property, right? Is it based off once you fix it up? Because that kind of fucks it up, right? It's like you fix it up and the property goes up and the taxes goes up, right? But the value goes up, taxes go up. It kind of fucks up the situation, man. You know what I mean? So I guess, I'm gonna do a little bit of more homework and research on this real estate and see, is it beneficial, man? Is it beneficial to take the opportunity on a decapitated home? They're asking $10,000, right? September 3rd, since September 3rd, 2025, they're asking $10,000. It's still up for sale. So I think the longer that it stays on there, the more the bank will work with you, right? The bank just wants somebody to sign off and say, hey, you want to make payments for this shit? It's all yours, buddy. All right. We just want somebody to come take it off our hands. All right. If you're willing to come put $5,000 down, or even 10%, buddy. If you can come put 10% or 20% value of the property's yours, buddy. All right. We're asking $10,000, but we want it off our hands. All right. What are you gonna do with it? I don't know, man. I might do it for a good cause. Don't know yet, right? I gotta see what the good Lord touches me with and guides me with. right? Might be an investment property. I don't know, right? But I know I gotta go see too, man. Because every state has different cost of living, right? It's a lot of research, man. You have to go check the median average of what the average folk makes there in that area, right? All this is public knowledge. Everybody's, I'm just following somebody else's lead, right? Somebody already did the research and said, hey, the average median income for this family around this area is this, right? So now you can base it off. If somebody's making $50,000 a year off of a whole family, you can't go in there and charge a living, an extravagant number for rent or living costs, right? I don't know, man. See, that's the thing, man. Maybe you, Hunter Biden, maybe you should be my investor, man. I'll take all the chances. Let's make it not easy for them, man, but attainable, right? For everybody that's in the low income area, make it attainable to be a first time homeowner, man. And maybe once they get a taste of their first homeowner, they can level up, right? But it turns out to be that a lot of people that are in place and have money to do that, man, they just want to fill their pockets, man. It's almost like that Tinted with Joe Pesci, or I think Danny DeVito. I don't know if it's Danny DeVito or Joe Pesci, where they call him the tenant, right? The super, right? It depends what kind of what is it called? Landlord you want to be, right? Do you just want to take the money and not fix like the super? I know I'm not the only old motherfucker. I know a lot of people don't watch the super with Joe Pesci, right? Something like that, man. I've seen all these movies and I'm like, man, I want to be the super, right? I want to be the super. I want to get there. Hey, we need this fixed. Oh, don't worry about it. I'll get to it and it'll be done right now. Don't worry about it. Right? So there's a lot of things that you have to take into consideration once you want to do something, man. It's interesting, man. The real estate. I don't know, man. I guess I need to go, look at videos of real estate gone bad or something, or because a lot of people speak highly of the real estate business, man. Maybe I need to go, like what I just said right now, go watch some real estate gone bad to see the possibilities of what could happen, right? Because I'm trying to venture into the unknown, something that I don't know, right? But I can see it got potential, man. All right. We have to see how far it is from local landmarks, where people want to go visit, take pictures, that nature, right? How far is it from are they far from a nature preserve park? Stuff like that, man. There's all kinds of people that like, it doesn't just have to be a sporting event. If you're close to a woods or close to a forest or, outskirts somewhere, you can drive up here and now you're on the lake or some courtside or countryside. Then your Airbnb can attract everybody. Right? What is that? What is that business say? Location, location, location. Right? It's all about the location, location, location. So, man, I don't know, man. I got other things going on. I'm not going to disclose too much of that stuff till it happens. So, Right now, I'm just looking at the property values, man. Just seeing if there's any kind of investment uh, opportunity. No problem, Hunter. You probably, hey, I'm a junkie and a thief, bro. I ain't got no money. All right. Maybe I need to see if there's any local organizations around there, man, that maybe are looking for maybe I don't know, man. There's just a lot of possibilities that you can do for the good, man. Oh, man. If you want to use me as an example, go ahead, man. You're more than welcome. As long as you keep it facts and truth, you don't have to keep it respectfully. Right? You don't have to keep it respectfully. All you have to do is keep it with factual and the truth. All right? That's the First Amendment and freedom of speech. You don't have to say it respectfully. I'm not asking you. You can say it in the meanest way you want, how loud as you want, as long as you speak facts and the truth. When you speak about me, I have no problem. Right? Other people would be demanding for you to tell them in respect. Not me, man. I'm nobody. All right? But don't get mad when I don't respect you either. Right? I'm the type of guy that you get the same treatment you give me. That's just the way I am. The way you treat me is the way I'm going to treat you. It's that simple. Until you prove me wrong or other. I will respect you. But if you want to speak about me, I'm not asking you to speak respectfully. It's your First Amendment. It's freedom of speech. And that's your right, man. Just like it's my right. But But I think in that book that you're going to write, you need to write the decline of why there are so many white Caucasian women. What's that word called, man? Not infiltrating, but so many. If you were to go to any local ICE, office, and people are in there filing documents for their, permits, visas, I guarantee you will see white Caucasian women with Africans, Asians, Mexicans, Guatemalans, Salvadorians, you name it. Right? Your kind, for not being superior to your own woman, are going extinct. And that's y'all's own doing, man. Right? Because y'all want to be superior of another man but can't be superior of your own woman. All right. Go, man. If you don't believe me, go to any local office, any kind of immigration office. You might think these Caucasian women are there working. Nah, they're there supporting their spouse, their loved one. All right. So I see why you get mad, right? Because the people that are supposed to be on your side are, what's that fucking word, man? Like when you leave Korea, man, not espionage, not infiltrate, but when you leave the army, man, it's called not haywire, but it's a word. It'll come to my head later on as well, man. Right? When you abandon your post, right? There's a word for it. There's a specific word for it. And I don't know how you can feel you're so superior. Nikki Ward, well, maybe this is not for you, man. Maybe it's just for the dumb people like myself, right? If you're not dumb, then you just need to kick rocks, man. Right? There's no point of you listening to a dumb person, right? Because then you got to question yourself: who's more dumber? I can tell you I'm dumber, but aren't you more stupider for listening to a stupid person? So you got to make sense for me, buddy, old pal. Right? You want to come on here and say, "Oh, this is dumb," but apparently you're dumber because you're over here listening to a dumb person, right? You're over commenting on a dumb what you would consider dumb. So who's dumber? Are we both dumb and dumber? Is that what has? I just had a fucking muscle spasm, man. I was about to holler right now. Are we supposed to be dumb and dumber now? Because that's what we are, right? I'm dumb and you're dumber for listening to me and commenting on my live. All right. Does that make sense to you? I don't get it, man. People, like, I'm 44, right? I'm 44. And said to say, man, that I don't act as childish or say as stupid shit as majority of these dudes that are my age and have larger followings, right? Yes, I say some stupid shit, right? Yes, I talk nonsense, right? But to me, it's venting, right? Yes, I talk nonsense, right? I don't expect people to take me seriously, man, right? You take it for what it is, right? Some people might say, hey, this guy's off his meds, right? You're perfect. This guy's stupid. This guy's dumb. But your opinions don't bother me, man. I've never been moved by comments. I've always been moved by physical. What's that word? Oh, man. Yes, give me 1 second, y'all. We're back. I just had to see what time it was now. Ah, man, I'm just laying up in bed, man. And that's another reason, man. Somebody asked me, how come you don't show your face, man? Because most of the time, man, I'm in a vulnerable position, as you would say, right? a compromised position, right? So it's not for the side, for people to see, right? So most of the time I'm laying in bed or in my recliner. I'm gonna give me a better recliner though, man. I need to give me a little better recliner. Right? I need to get a lazy boy, man. I need to get one, right? But we all want something, man. There's a list. I'm pretty sure everybody got to wants, man. Right? And I see characters on here putting their list of what they want. Hey, I'm gonna start putting the Amazon list, making somebody put it up there, man. I see a lot of content creators that are my age and older begging, raffling, just fucking bamboozling the subscribers, right? I did a raffle. I gave out a box, right? I did a raffle to give away a free $200 box of cards that I received double, and I was gonna bless somebody with it, right? I'm like, fuck it. They sent me 2. I already opened one up. I'll bless somebody, right? So, to me, when you say raffle somebody, man, that means that raffle prize is coming out of your own pocket, right? And you're not asking anybody to give you anything for that raffle, right? If I raffle something off, I'm not gonna ask anybody for $1. Oh man, I'm raffling this off for $1, or I'm raffling this off for $2. No, man, it's gonna be a simple raffle. Hey, this is it. This is what's up for grabs. Whoever picks the lucky number, and this is how we're gonna get the number. You win it. You just send me a place, and I'll ship it to you, right? It's that simple, man. Right? But there's a lot of people on social media that are a lot older than me, man. Larger following. And I don't think I might be wrong, right? I don't think I do half of the stupid shit that they do, right? I might be repetitive, right? I might give you that. I might be a repetitive person, but at the same time, I know what I can and I can't talk about, right? There's certain things that I'm not going to insert myself on YouTube, right? I'm not going to insert myself into the California genre prison politics, right? That's their highly. I'm not getting involved in that, right? The video that I made about Dubs was just my opinion, because I was coming like from I followed the dude, man. I watched his content. I thought he was, what he presented himself to be, right? I don't care about dropping out. That doesn't bother me, right? What bothers me is that if you had to tell on somebody to do through the motions, right? If you had to tell on somebody to do it, well then that's where the problem is, right? Because if you just dropped out and you said, hey, I'm no longer want to be a part of that life, who am I to say, hey, you need to be knee deep in it, right? You can't get out, right? I'm not gonna, insert myself into that genre, right? Because I don't consider myself a prison channel or anything like that, right? My channel is just telling history, man, from different perspectives. People from Texas. That's where I wanted my channel to go, right? But right now, I'm in this repetitive cycle of slaying the dragon, right? I'm so tunnel vision of slaying the dragon that I have no time to worry about others at the moment, right? So at times it seems repetitive to people, right? Man, this dude's just talking about the same shit over and over. Man, I totally understand it, man. I totally understand it. But like I said, man, at the moment, I'm focused on the mission at hand. I got tunnel vision, and I'm gonna continue talking about the same shit that got me into the jam, right? There's no point of me backstepping, right? So to a lot of people, it might seem repetitive, but to me, it's not. I'm not going away, right? Until I finish my mission at hand, right? I have tunnel vision, right? So yes, at times, I might seem how can I say, man? Not crazy, because I'm not crazy. Well, documented, nothing to be proud. I'm not ashamed of it. But to me, I don't have any kind of physical wounds, man. I've never been a victim. Right? I've never been shot. I've never been stabbed. I've never been a victim. Right? I've been a victim mentally, right, of the stuff that I've seen and gone through, emotionally scarred, right? Not by a female, but my actions, right? The life I decided to live at a young age. That's why, a lot of people would be ashamed, man, of their mental health. You got to be real with yourself, man, right? If I could, I would have loved to go back to that 10, 8, 9-year-old kid, a kid that never jumped off the porch, a kid that would have graduated, a kid that would have gone to homecoming, right? Things like that, man, right? All my scars are self-inflicted, man. Why? Because I wanted the easy money. So I have to own up, man. It's like somebody's that is disfigured, that has what they call a California zipper, right? Do you know how many dudes have California zippers? And for those that don't know, that means the scar from their belly button all the way to their chest, right? Some people have scars where they have shit bags, right? Some have what they call the California zipper, right? They have to look at themselves in the mirror, right? Not only do they have physical scars, but they have emotional scars as well. Because I guarantee you, anytime that they're in the same environment that got them that scar, they're panicking, having anxiety, right? Almost like what Mark Moore was giving to Brad Lucas. But Mark was a beast, man. Mark is an apex predator that created the trauma, created the PTSD, and it becomes a counselor at second hand, telling you to breathe in, breathe out, walking you through the panic attack that the monster just created you to have. Man, if that ain't deviant, man, that's some deviant shit, right? To me, that is wild, man. Mark victimized David Mendenhall, man. Right. It's a sad story, man, that we're not going to be able to hear David, rest in peace, David Mendenhall's story, man. Right. Listening to David Mendenhall's story, doing my research, listening to his sister, listening to the mother of David the baby mama of David Mendenhall. It was a sad situation, man. Right? Now, If I'm gonna go again, if Angela would have said that David was a violent man, that he would hit her, abuse her, well then I'd probably be thinking, man, the possibility's there, man, right? But through all the years that she was with David, she never seen that side of him, being violent and aggressive, and to where she would be scared of him, right? You have to take everything into consideration, man. Listen to everybody's testimony, man. Don't just listen to what David Mendenhall Jr. was being allegedly blamed for, right? You have to listen and be able to dissect the story for your own self, man. Right? The guy grew up in a religion almost like the Amish. If you don't think, just consider it almost like the Amish, man. The Amish doesn't, when they get sick, they don't go to the doctors. They believe in the word of God. It's going to heal them. And is it wrong? No, it's what they believe in. How can you tell somebody to stop believing in what they believe in if this is what they believe in? All right? So David Mendenhall wasn't supposed to be there, man. All right? Everybody has to take in consideration that Angela was convicted as well. Right? But when everybody did the interview with Angela, everybody was showing sympathy, empathy. Goddamn bureaucrats. You remember that one? He slapped the table. Goddamn bureaucrats. I can't pronounce the word right, but you know what word I'm saying. Right? Comforting her. Why? Because you thought she was going to drop some bombshell on David Mendenhall. Onto why you could justify your saying of, who cares what a black man did to a white man? You said it many times. Man, you know why David Mendenhall was in prison for? He deserved it. I agree with you, man. People that are convicted, that really did that shit, should get thrown in the book and should never be let out, man. All right? I agree with that. But sometimes the legal system does get it wrong, man. At the end of the day, there was an innocent child that lost his life, man. All right? Somebody had to pay the piper. All right? And when two people get convicted of the same crime, that means there was fault on both ends. Right? Because if she would have walked away without a conviction, David would have been 100% responsible. But they both got convicted. Yes, David got 20, she got 10 years probation, right? But they were both found negligent. So, when you're in a courtroom setting, being interrogated by detectives, and the stories are inconsistent, right? Because if nothing happened, the stories would be consistent, right? If there was no negligence, no foul play, Mendenhall's story, Angela's story would have been solidified, right? The detective saying, they're saying the same, she's saying the same thing, he's saying the same thing, right? The stories didn't mix. So that's why they were both found of a crime that in reality was an accident, right? Because if they would have had their stories together, or if they weren't both at fault, or somebody hiding or covering up for somebody, the stories were inconsistent, right? So that's why they tell you're going to plead out, or you're going to take it to trial, all right? It's just too many inconsistencies. The last people that were of age was you and her. So, you know, it would have been good to be able to listen to the story of David Mendenhall Jr. You know, his sister Crystal speaks highly of him. The man had his business going on. He was a contributing member of society, not only to his community, his church community, and he was going back into the prisons evangelizing, right? Spreading the word of God, right? Here you have a man that could have been hateful, right? Could have been mad at God, because at times, in his own words, he would question God, right? God, man, why you got me doing this? God, why you got me doing this? Why? What did I do, God? I've been good. You know, I was raised up in the church, but why you got me doing this? Why am I going through this? Right? And through what all he endured at the hands of Mark Moore and many others, right? He was able to come out and become a better person. He was able to get married, have a business. If that ain't a good story, man, all right? 20 years, man, all right? This guy did 20 years, man. He did 100% more time than what I ever did in my life. So I have to show respect to a man that did that much time, man. All right? Because I know what it takes to do time, all right? I only did, you know, what? What you could say, maybe the time that Mendenhall was taking shits is probably the same amount of time that I did in prison, right? All the minute stuff that Mendenhall did was equivalent to my sentence. "20 years, man, of enduring. Just name it, man. If you can think about it, it's sad, man. All right? And then for people to try to normalize the deviancy of one guy, right? Going to the extent of defaming my character, right? Doxing me. All for what? I'm not a perfect guy. I'll be the first one to admit, man, I'm not perfect. But I'm sure, and I know I'm way better as a person than what Mark Moore is, right? Because I've been able to hold myself accountable, man. I know I haven't been the perfect law-abiding citizen, but my story is so cliche, man. And my story is the same of many others, man. I'm no different than a lot of people that you know personally, right? I'm no different. We all have past that we're not proud of. But the past doesn't define who you are, man. What defines who you are is what you're doing now. What you're doing to society. Are you still being a parasite? Are you still being a piece of shit like you were 20, 30 years ago? It's what you're doing now, man. All right? So I don't hold people's mistakes, man. But as long as you can own up to it, man. Right? And don't try to justify your actions, because there's really no kind of justifying any kind of wrongdoing, man. Right? It's you fucked up, and you know, right your wrong, right? That's the only way you can fix your fuck up, is by righting your wrong. You can't be a narcissist and arrogant and act like it never happened, right? Because at the end of the day, your actions affected people. So I mean, so I know, man. I know I sound repetitive at times, man, but right now, I have tunnel vision, and people that understand that tunnel vision, that when you have a mesh in that hand, and you can't eat, you can't sleep, right? Because you're just thinking at the mission at hand, man. You want to accomplish this, right? You want to get this done the right way without getting yourself in trouble and everybody else. Y'all have a good one, man. Just came on here, just let y'all know I was thinking about getting into the real estate business. So that'll be the end of my video. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Y'all have a good night. And to the people, those 5 people that gave me the likes, man, thank you so much, man. Thank you, man. Even if it's 1 or 2 people that rock with me, man, it really don't matter, man. All right. I'm happy having a small loyal following, man. Right. I'm happy with people 5 likes, man. So that tells me 5 people like me, man. Right. Because out of let's say 200 people watch your video, that means 195 people didn't take the time and like you, man. So 2-3 people mean a lot, man. 1 like, it's enough, man, for me to be like, hey, man, at least 1 person agrees with me, right? And of all the people that passed through, 5 people agreed. Maybe not wholeheartedly or totally agree with me, but they agreed enough with me to give me a thumbs up. So I see it as low numbers, but I also take those low numbers as gratitude, man. Thankfulness, man. Right? Because at the end of the day, it could be 0 likes, man. Right? 0 likes. 1 like is sufficient, man. So with me, it ain't a numbers game, man. Not these type of numbers. Right? They don't motivate me. They don't make me. Right? The views, the clicks. And the only reason I started monetizing the videos again is like, oh, they want to start doxing, they want fuck it, then I'll just start monetizing the videos. Whatever I make, fuck it. Alright. Let them see the ads. Alright. Whatever it is, pennies on the dollar, I don't care. Alright. It gives you something more to talk about. Alright. So thank you. We'll be back once I get a confirmation and a solidified answer. I'll be disclosing more of the I got going on. All right. But I'll see y'all tomorrow, man. Y'all have a good one.